to start with the Tennessee Titans. Guys, the Tennessee Titans had the number 1 overall pick. They drafted the man, the myth, legend, Cam Ward, but they still got a lot of holes in their roster. And guys, let's just be frank, the Tennessee Titans are not very good. So weeks 1 through 4, guys, I think the season is a loss right off the bat. It is slipping away from them early, and it is slipping away from them often. So week number 1, they're at the Denver Broncos, and that is a loss. Sean Payton's squad is back, is in Denver, and it is back on track. The altitude, the defense, and the road start, it all stacks up against the Tennessee Titans in this week number 1. I don't care if Cam Ward is the quarterback. I don't care if Will Levis is the quarterback. It is a loss in Denver. And then week number 2, they're back at home. LA Rams coming to Nashville, and with the speed and explosiveness, guys, the Titans are they just don't have that much firepower. That is the biggest issue with the Titans, is they don't have that firepower. It's another loss. Week number 3, divisional games are always gritty, but Indianapolis got the better roster as of right now, and the Tennessee Titans fall to 0-3 to start the season. And then week number 4, they have yet another divisional loss. CJ Stroud's looking like a top quarterback in year 3, and the Titans get outclassed here, giving us a 0-4 start the season. It's not pretty, and it's not going to be surprising. They got a young roster, new leadership, and tough opponents out of the gate. I think the first 4 weeks, 0-4. It is what it is. But then weeks 5 through 9, it doesn't get much better. The free fall continues. Week number 5, they travel to Arizona, and that is yet another loss. Even though Arizona is rebuilding as well, they've got a lot more stability right now, and the Titans drop yet another one. And then week number 6, they play the Las Vegas Raiders. They play your Las Vegas Raiders, Derek. They play your Las Vegas Raiders, Jim. They play your Las Vegas Raiders, Old Man River. 2 straight road trips is 2 straight more losses. Vegas isn't great, but they're better than Tennessee Titans. Let's just call a spade at the end of the day. And then week number 7, they're back at home. Mike Vrabel taking on his former team. Mike Vrabel wants to put the pedal to the metal and pound that ass. And they do. The Patriots beat the Titans, and the Titans lose yet again. The Titans offense just struggling right now. The defense is struggling. The head coach is like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Cam Ward is like, I should have stayed in college. You guys should have drafted Shedeur Sanders. Like, it is terrible. Week number 8, they travel to Indianapolis. That is yet another loss. But now the locker room morale is going to be tested. And this Colts team sweeps the Titans yet again. It is just, it is tough. It is tough. And then week number 9, they're back at home. Justin Herbert is still a top-tier quarterback. The Chargers are still pretty darn good. The Tennessee Titans defense doesn't have the secondary to hang. It is another loss. So we're at 0-9 heading into week 10 bye week. Not a single win on this board. If there's a silver lining here, it can't get much worse, right? Right? Yeah, slow it down, baby. Now, week 10, they do have the bye week. A little bit of rest, a little bit of regroup. Maybe the rest is the culture. Just something needs to happen. The second half of the season needs to start to show some fight. And if it doesn't, we're not going to see any wins at all. But week 11 through week 13, a breakthrough happens. Week 11, fresh off the bye week, they're at home playing the Houston Texans. Now, this is a loss, but they battle. They play well. Cam Ward starts to look like an NFL quarterback, and everything starts to click a little bit. And then week 12, they're back at home, taking on the Seattle Seahawks, and they finally get a win. Not only a win, it's a home game win. It's an emotional moment. It is, and a beatable Seattle team gives them the Titans' first win of the season. Sam Darnold, not going to be the man, the myth, the legend. Cam Ward finally gets his first win, and they are tearing up the streets in Nashville, but short-lived because week 13, Jacksonville Jaguars, and it is yet another loss. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be pursuing a divisional crown here, and there's not much room for the Titans to play. Spoiler here, they get that ass waxed. So 1 win in weeks 11 through 13, but it's at least something, right? They're sitting at 1-12. Fans need to see a development from the young guys moving forward. That is the goal from here on out. So to close out the season, they need to close with some pride. They need to figure themselves out. Can we be a little bit better? Answer to that question is no. Week 14, they travel to Cleveland and they get beat down by the Browns. This game could be over by halftime. The Browns defense is scary. The Browns offense is going to be scary in this game, especially in December. And then week 15, they travel to San Francisco. It is yet another loss. The 49ers are a contenders mismatch here. The San Francisco dominates in the trenches, and this game could be over by halftime as well. And then week 16, they play the best team in the NFL, the reigning the 3 out of 4 year Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. No explanation is needed here, right, guys? Mahomes versus a team that's in a rebuild mode, it just isn't fair, especially late in December. It is what it is. And then week 17, upset alert. Saints are coming into town, and the Titans dig deep and pull off a surprising home win over a vulnerable Saints squad. They may have just lost the first overall pick by being the New Orleans Saints here, but then week 18, they finally understand, hey, we are playing for the number 1 overall seed. Jacksonville Jaguars, a divisional rival, playoff spot on the line for the Jags. Titans do not stand a chance. So the final recap, guys, I think the Tennessee Titans will go 2-15. That's the call. It is a harsh season, but it's about laying the foundation for 2026. This team needs to hit on draft picks yet again. They need to move on from Will Levis 100%, trade him, do whatever they got to do, and they need to find the identity under pressure. The wins over Seattle and the Saints show there's some little bit of fight left in them, but not a whole lot. So, guys, let me ask you this question. What do you think? Are the Titans really heading to a 2-15 season, or is there a surprise run that we have not quite seen yet? So, guys, comment down below. As I said, this is a live interactive show, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with my predictions? Which game could flip the record? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. And remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time right here at Man Hour NFL Talk. So join the conversation and see what is good. Old Man River and I must be on the same page. We're reading the same wavelengths, Old Man River. Of course you are, because you're a pigskin pundit.
Skin pun.
He says 2-15. I am with you, brother. I am with you on this 100%. Derek says, should the Titans try to grab Keenan Allen? No. No, they should not, and let me tell you why. Because despite the Titans being such a bad team, their wide receiver core is not that bad, right? They still have Burks. They picked up Tyler Boyd from the Bengals a couple years ago, and it just the receiving core. So the weapons on the Saints team are not that bad. I do like the receiving core. I do like the running back room with Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard as well. And honestly, the biggest issue for them is the offensive line and quarterback play. Because they still have Calvin Ridley, right? They still got Burks. They still got, they picked up Tyler Lockett this season. And they also picked up Van Jefferson, which is on the 4th team in 5 years or something crazy. The weapons on the Titans are not bad. I am curious to see what we're going to see out of Cam Ward. I think he will have a successful NFL career, just not in 2025 because the offensive line is that bad. So the answer to that question is no, I do not think they should go after Keenan Allen, Derek. I do not think they should. Alpha Rob is saying 3-14. Alpha Rob is giving them a little bit of credit. He says, Buck, that's way too low. 2 wins? No. They get 3, baby. They get 3. Ooh, W hydration, guys. Get you some. W.GG, use promo code MANHOUR. Save yourself some $1 bills, y'all. Shane, low-key. What's up, Shane? He says the Titans have more talent than people think. They had a bunch of games with loss by 7 points or less, and I believe they win the AFC South. Whoa. Guys, Shane, slow it down, baby. Slow it down. Let's worry about having a winning season before we're talking about championships, Shane. Let's worry about what Cam Ward can do before we start worrying about championships. Now, obviously, this is way too early win-loss predictions. OTAs have just started, right? We still have mini camp, we still have training camp, we still have preseason games, all yet to happen. We still have June, July, and August. We have 3 months of growth from Cam Ward and that Tennessee Titan team. So Shane, if we see growth from Cam Ward, if we see growth from, the rest of the squad out there, we will be revisiting this in August going into September to start the season. But I'm telling you, do not overlook the Jaguars. That is all I'm going to say is do not overlook the Jaguars. Now, the Titans could come up and shock some people. And Shane, throw the spaghetti at the wall and hopefully something sticks, right? But I think most of us are saying that they're going to be a losing team, like my man Real McCoy. He says that Titans will be 5-5-12. And I have to tend to agree as of right now, as of May 23rd, 2025 at 9:22 East Coast time, I think they're just a really, really bad team. And then Shane wants to follow up and says the Colts have no quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is overrated and CJ Stroud regressed last season from year one. The Titans have a chance. And Shane, you are not wrong. I believe the division is truly wide open. I do believe that the AFC South is wide open. Hell, we've had a poll and everybody is picking the Texans or the Jaguars to win this division in a very, very bad division. And let's just be honest, the AFC South is probably the worst division in football. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just stating what I see. The NFC South is rivaling them, but the AFC South is pretty bad. So hell, like what Oliver says here, the Titans might go 7-10. And you know what? That 7 wins might win the division. I'm just saying, it might win the division. But right now, I got 2-15. Derek says, now that is a hot take. Derek, that is a very hot take. The Titans winning division is a very, very hot take. Because as Shane is right, they had a lot of one-score games last season. They also had a lot of holes to fill. They needed O-line depth. They needed defensive depth. They needed a quarterback. They had a lot of holes to fill. And as they did well in the draft, they really truly filled one of those holes. That's the quarterback position and Cam Ward. And that's still to be determined. Hell, Cam Ward may not even winning the starting position. Now, I'm just throwing shade there because Will Levis is my guy. But I'm saying, let's just see. Pepe, what's up, Pepe? Long time no see, brother. He says the AFC South is in bad shape. It is in bad shape. But you know what? If the AFC South quarterbacks come to play, if Trevor Lawrence finally lives up to his expectations, which I do agree with Shane, he is highly overrated. If Anthony Richardson and or Daniel Jones steps up and becomes a top 15 quarterback in Indy, they could be pretty good. CJ Stroud is on his way. He did digress a little bit last season, but you know what? The offensive line was terrible. We'll see what happens. And then if Cam Ward can be the man, the myth, the legend, the AFC South in 3 or 4 years, guys, could quickly become one of the best divisions in football. But we're here right now. The 2025 NFL season, they're in bad shape. They are bad. Miles and the Chronic. What's up, man? He says the Titans at best get 7 wins. So, Miles, I think that would be my ceiling for the Titans as well. Because they do have some winnable games. Like they will beat the Saints. They could beat the Browns. They could beat the Colts twice. They could beat the Jaguars once, right? The Raiders are not very good either. The Broncos are highly overrated, I think. So yes, they do have a lot of winnable games here. So I think their ceiling is 7, but the floor is also 2 wins, right? So either way, they're a losing team missing the playoffs. Shane's back in the chat, says the only reason why I say the Titans have a chance is because the division is weak, like you said. There we go. Yes, Shane. I think we're on the same page. Now, I'm not trying to say that the Titans got worse from last season. I think they've improved. But they still got a lot of holes to fill. Derek says, rest in peace to the Colts owner. Yes, Jim Irsay, rest in peace, guys. He passed away, Tuesday, I believe it was, maybe Wednesday. Yes, rest in peace to him. Definitely the whole Colts organization. And Indianapolis, where I live right now, is definitely going to suffer without him being here. Old Man River says, the Texans are going to win the South. More organized as a team. We'll get into the Texans next. Slow it down, baby. Oliver says the Colts look terrible. Likely a bottom 5 NFL team. We'll get into the Colts as well. The Colts are right after the Texans, so let's just slow it down, baby. And Old Man River says, let's see the Texans' schedule. You ask, and you shall receive.